Natal. Getting ready for our second Is This Great with Steve and Nate.
Hey everybody, we're going to give everybody a couple minutes to join in so that we get a few more people. They won't leave anybody out with the cool stuff. I'm going to actually watch this video so that I can see your comments. Yeah, we look good. Alright, make sure you're commenting on this video, liking and sharing this video so that we get more people on here. Again, this is our second episode of This Disc is Great with Steve and Nate. As long as I can get all the video editing done, this is going to be a weekly thing where we review a brand new disc from one of the companies that's come out recently. This week it's the Latitude 64 Gladiator. So again, we're going to give a couple more minutes for people to show up, start asking questions, get some stuff away. Steve, grab that unicorn disc right there.
All right.
So at the end of the video, we will give this Gladiator away. This print, custom disc that we printed here in our shop. It's our sweet unicorn super color print. It's a Rock 3, Star Rock 3. We're working on doing some of our custom discs on Innova stuff. Why don't you show that stamp off, Willie? That's the cool part.
There you go. Okay.
Got a unicorn with rainbows and rocket hooves and laser eyes, and I mean, what more could you ask for?
Yeah. So leave us a comment, and we will figure out. We pick one lucky winner.
Yeah. One winner is going to be chosen by posting your commenting with your favorite Gladiator movie. Since we're doing the Opto 64 Gladiator, somebody's going to win that disc based on your favorite Gladiator movie or Roman Empire movie or anything like that. And then somebody who asks a question will win this Gladiator for the series. Okay, so we got a chunk of people on. We'll get started. So this is the second episode. This is Steve and Nate, where we're going to review the Latitude 64 Gladiator that came out about a month ago. Steve, why are we doing this series real quick?
We love disc golf. We know you guys love disc golf, and we're trying to make our job easier by understanding what each disc that we sell is supposed to fly like. So when you guys ask, we have no problem answering that question and saying, is this disc going to be right for you? Or like you have moms and dads come and go, hey, my son plays my they want to get a disc. They walk up, oh, this is a cool name. I'm like, I don't know about that. So this is one of those where we either stray you or help point you in the right direction. So we're doing this for our sake and for your sake.
Yeah, it's our excuse to throw the new plastic so we can tell you what it flies like. So we went out and threw it earlier, actually a month ago now. It's been a while. I did a from that throwing set so we can show you how it flew. And then we can answer your questions live. So if you have any questions about this disc, disc golf in general, ask away. We'll try to answer as many of them as we can while we're live here. But I try to go through, and Steve does too. Every once in a while, go through and answer your questions after the fact. So if we don't answer your question in video, don't worry. I'll come find you and answer those questions for you. So, just quick, neither of us are your top-level pro players, but we both play quite a bit of disc golf. I've had a reasonable amount of success occasionally in the advanced division, and Steve, on a good day, can beat me if he's feeling it. But he's our resident lefty. I'm a resident right-handed player. Steve, how would you describe your game in one quick sentence?
Smooth.
I agree. Steve is our smooth finesse player. I'm a little bit more of a violent power thrower, so you'll get a little bit of a different look at each of throwing styles, so you can kind of see how it works out for maybe your game. Steve, what should we tell them first about what's on the screen right now?
Well, we got pretty lucky where we went out and contacted the U-Disc company, and we were like, hey guys, we're doing this really sweet show, and we need to figure out a way to measure these throws because we have cones right now. and instead of pacing out one after another, literally having to know where you stop in your head, U-Disc has a sweet app, and they give us an all-access pass just for us guys here at the store, and it's a game changer.
Yeah, UDisc has a ton of great features. It's got a course finder, so, and it uses GPS. So you just tell, say, I'm here, where's me, or something, like that. But you can also share those scorecards with your friends. So if you and 4 friends are playing, one of you keeps score and it updates to all of your apps. So it keeps track stats for all of you. There's some really cool things. You click start button, you watch what it does, you hit the mark button, it tells you how far you through. You can set this under a disc, so that's how I know how far each of these went. Mm-hmm. So it's saved on my phone. It's really sweet. Check it out. They're sponsoring us. It's a great thing. Go check out UDisc. It's the best disc golf app I've ever used. All right, so again, we're doing the Latitude 64 Opto Gladiator review today. If you're joining us, if you comment with your favorite movie, you might win this sweet unicorn disc. If you ask a question about Gladiator, you might win Gladiator review. So keep sharing your friends on here and check it out. So, Steve, you want to read us the description of the Latitude 64 Gladiator?
Yeah. So, on the website for Latitude 64, they said, we're going into the drawing board to design this high-speed Gladiator disc. They sought superior glide and distance, along with overstability, to make it a true companion for the pros. So actually, Dave Feldberg collaborated with the disc designer Thomas Ekstrom to draft the design. Tests confirmed the Gladiator combines the perfect blend of speed, glide, and distance with overstability.
All right, so it's a big, beefy, overstable disc that is made for the top-level pro players. That's really what it is. So the flight numbers, just to get an idea, are speed 13, so it's a really fast, really wide rim disc, like you can see here, nice wide rim, super flat and really thin, so it cuts to the air great. It's got a glide of 5, so it stays in the air really well. It's got a turn of 0, which means it doesn't turn a lot when it's going high speed, goes real straight, and then it's got a fade of 3, so when it starts to slow down, it goes back really solid. And generally, I'll tell people to add a turn, take a fade off of Latitude's numbers, because a lot of their discs are flippier than they say they are, unless they're designed by Dave Feldberg. Because Dave Feldberg's an old pro, and so he knows what he's looking for. Most of the discs that say he designed them are a lot shorter numbers. All right. And those numbers, if you follow Dave Feldberg's career, are identical to his signature Boss from Innova. So, our next kind of question is, what disc do you expect this to fly like? I expect this to be a Boss, just because that's what Dave Feldberg's looking for. He's looking for his Boss replacement. What other discs do you think of when you see those flight numbers?
The Boss is one. At the same time, with Latitude plastic, I was thinking, like you said, add a turn, take away a fade. I was kind of anticipating something that flew like a destroyer. For me, I know I'm not throwing the destroyers as hard as the next guy, and this was basically what I thought it was going to be like. I was a little nervous of it, but it ended up being all right. So either Boss or destroyer, just because the numbers are a little lenient when it comes to translating between companies.
The other disc that it's really dynamic disc defender. Honestly, the first time I picked it up, it's a pretty close dynamic defender clone. We're seeing that a lot. Several of the trilogy companies are coming out with molds that are similar to other different spots in their bag. If you like Defender, you're gonna love the Gladiator. I like it. All right, so let's get into some video clips. Actually, check on questions first. If anybody's asked us some good questions here. You see any good questions, Blaine?
Yeah, yes.
Hey, Chris.
Is the Gladiator special purpose disc or a good on disc?
We'll get into that a little bit as we look at videos, but it's going to kind of depend on who you are. This is kind of like, this is really similar to like a PD2. You see Simon Eagle working on. If you've ever thrown PD2 and you're not as powerful a player as those guys are, you can't crush it 600 feet, but they can. So it's for those kind of power players like Friday Velvet or Ricky Wysocki, I see them using it as an all-purpose disc. For me, it's going to be a lot more of a situational headwind. I need a giant hyzer. I need a big skip kind of a disc.
I completely agree with that. For the average player, this is going to be your get out of trouble or monster hyzer or really fast skip hyzer, where this is not going to be the average player's go-to disc unless it's during a hurricane, maybe.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, so well, we're just gonna keep an eye on some more of your questions as we go through, and again, I'll answer some of them later if we don't get to them during the video. Again, comment your favorite Gladiator movie to win the free, and ask a question to potentially win the Gladiator. All right, we'll go ahead and come on in here, and we're going to check out some of the video clips. Again, check out the UDisc app if you haven't already. It's a great disc golf app. They're helping us out with the throw measuring. If you want to check them out, it's a great feature of UDisc. All right, let's check out some of these video clips here. I've selected the right thing. All right, so this first throw is on a pretty good hyzer. Came out of my hand pretty flat, and then just hyzers out really solidly. This was into a little bit of a headwind, so you see it kind of, the wind kind of air bounced it there. But into that headwind, it's still hyzering out really solidly. It's not going to flip over. You'll see that in a little bit. It gets this really nice big skip here. So it's super flat, the nice sharp edge. It's going to skip really well if it comes down flat. And this distance on that throw on a pretty pure hyzer was 284, which on a big power hyzer, it's probably about what I'm going to hit. Again, this is about a month ago when we were still winterized a little bit, so I probably get it about 300 on a really good hyzer now, but that's fairly consistent where you're going to see that go. Mm-hmm. Steve, what about your first throw here?
Well, this was probably one of the very first throws with this disc, and as you can see, it is very stable, and it loves to skip on that nice dead grass. You can see I'm kind of upset that I just didn't get on it. I did not get on that disc, and she gets away from me real quick. So 289, I was happy with 289, but
to be fair, a lot of that 289 was right.
Yeah, you can see the cones. If you can't see the cones, but the idea is the cones go to this and this, and I'm all the way over, almost as far over here as I am over there from the line. So I was definitely not prepared for the amount of stability from this disc. But if you needed to go all the way over to the side, man, it's perfect disc for that.
Yeah, this was one of the Steve's second, third throw of the morning. He was not warmed up. You really got to stand on this disc. But it shows you the overstability it has. It's a really overstable fight. That's what it's for.
It was smooth. I'll give that.
This is a much flatter throw. Got a little nose that climbed kind of high, but it went pretty straight for me. Hyzered out really solidly at the end. Too far. Hyzered out really solidly at the end. I got a little skip. It came down a lot more spike that time, so it didn't skip as much. But 307, again, on a pretty flat to hyzer throw. It's probably about all you want to get out of this guy's maybe 350 on a really good crank.
So these are like 80 to 90% power from you?
Probably.
Okay.
Well, it's a risk too. Like, it came out of my hand about like close to flat.
Sure.
We'll see in a minute when I actually throw it any how it actually flies a little better, a little farther. Which I think this is a good anti-throw from Steve.
Yeah, I finally got on that one. You can see the follow-through is a little better. And it's still got a monster skip, man. This thing really just like the jump.
But Steve's real happy about that
throw. I finally...
I've been making fun of Steve. We needed to get on that disc, and he finally got on it and got a nice crank out of it. What was your UDisc distance on that one?
That one was 316, so that's a good almost 30 feet farther than the previous throw. So that was significant.
And in the right way. Nice straight distance.
Yes.
All right, this is the one I actually got on. It came out of my hand pretty Anheuser. So I was turning it over pretty massively. If I throw any other disc on that line, it's going to, like the Sheriff we did last week, if I throw the Sheriff like that, I almost might be turning and burning it.
Mm-hmm.
But I throw that on Anheuser, so it held that turn for a little bit, but it comes out and still fights hard and finishes left. You're not going to turn this disc over unless you are Ricky Wysocki, Simon Lizotte. So that's the real Anheuser route that I put that on. Threw it really hard on an angle, let it go. It straightens out and fights back hard. So it's a really overstable power arm disc for sure. And even on that big Annie, I got it 321. So I was working to get it 321 on a big crank. All right, so I think
Forehand time.
so we're gonna do the forehand for different kind of shots. So this is a disc I do like for forehands.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people do like to throw really overstable discs for their forehands. They torque it over and really give it a good go. So if that's the kind of forehand you like throwing, you might look into this. Check out Steve's forehand on this one.
This one actually got on. You can see it turned over a little bit. At least held straight for a long time. This time it finally sat. It really didn't get that hard. I think just the amount of speed that it lost. That seems like I don't usually throw forehand straight up in the air, so that had to have had a headwind. And it really just kind of sat it down that time. But 256 for a forehand with that stable of a disc, I'm pretty proud of to say that I did that.
Then you're going to be real proud of it in a second.
Yeah.
All right, so my first forehand, I'm throwing this one really low, really flat. I snapped it, so we got a nice straight flight, kept it low. So I got it low, so it's going to have that big skip at the end. It's a little higher, so it dug in a little bit. So I got a huge skip on that one. It got 6 7 feet around skip. And my distance on that was about 256, which on a low, hard hyzer, that's about how I'm going to get on any flick discs. If you saw Sheriff, I think on the same line, I got about 270. So it's really going to hyzer out where you're strong. It's going to be a really reliable disc. You know what it's going to do. You can't do a lot of things with it, but you know what it's going to do, and that's a good thing in a disc golf disc.
Oh, yes.
So let's see if Steve gets on a flick a little better.
Woohoo! 295. All right. So yeah, that was probably. I'd say the disc was probably here. Starts off real nice, and it's it kind of stays straight and finally caught that wind. It really waved out there. And finally, just had a nice, strong finish. And that's the main thing, is knowing you're going to have that strong finish. So if you can throw it 200, 300, this is going to be a good disc for at least a forehand to say, I know if I rip on it almost as hard as I can, it will fight back. And I know that it's going to be able to fight the wind as well against that even.
Yeah, and you'll see that in our final video clip. This one I'm throwing really agile. Like it's coming out of my hand on like a 45-degree angle. But it's really straight point, and then I out all in. That's a real crank.
That was cranked.
That's everything I got on that more. And I got 280 on a really solid flick, which my flick tops out around 320 with a flippy disc. So 280 with a real stable disc is a really solid flick for me. And again, just a really solid, reliable disc. If I need to throw a flick straight with some finish right, this is going to be a great disc for that. Same slot my Defender fills in my bag. It's a really great disc. So that's all we have video clip-wise for you today. Did we get any questions while you flip through there?
Shane Russell's asking how the numbers between the Cutlass and the Gladiator compare.
Okay, go ahead and back up for us again. So Shane Russell, you're actually winning this off the Gladiator. We'll hear from you in a minute. But Shane Russell, this is your Gladiator. Steve, you know the numbers for a Cutlass off the top of your head?
That's right, I did not.
I think the numbers are actually identical. They might be, the Cutlass might have a 6 glide, but they're very, very close. But Dave Hubbard did not design that disc. So you do need to, on the Cutlass, do the add fade, take away a turn. So its numbers are about 13.503, but it's probably going to be a little straighter than the Gladiator just because I don't know if discs fly different in Sweden. the elevation or anything. That's the credit I'm going to give them. But generally, Latitude's discs are a little straighter than they say they are, which is fine as long as you know that. So the numbers are really comparable, but it's probably going to fly a little straighter. Again, Shane, hit us up either on our email service at discstore.com or message us on Facebook, and we'll get you this Opto Gladiator. You got any other questions for you?
Yeah, the last one specifically about the disc. Personal preference for you guys, Gladiator or Gladius? Okay, maybe the weapon. It's a weapon. I don't know if you literally mean weapon or...
If I'm getting in a fight, I want to throw you from far away. So that's my answer there. Let me guess, was that Tom Nelly?
It was Chris again.
Oh, not surprised. You got anything else for us, Lee?
Jennifer Chamberlain is asking, do discs fly different in Sweden?
I'm wondering. So I know when we went to Colorado, did you notice any difference in the elevation?
Absolutely. Everything was more stable. I was throwing katanas, and they were still hyzering out on me really hard. So it definitely is, like, disc golf in California is different than disc golf here in Nebraska. It's even just that, like, 1,000-foot is going to change, and then you go all the way up to the mountains where you're in the multiple thousands. Everything changes.
The extra couple thousand feet of elevation, the air is thinner, the discs have more glide and more stability, as far as I've noticed. And so I don't know if wherever Latitude 64's testing facility is, if it's a couple more 1,000 feet above sea level, or if just the air is different in Europe for whatever reason, that they generally, their numbers are a little bit more overstable than I would expect. So Steve, you ran away, but did this fly expect you?
When I looked at that disc and I looked at the flight charts, this thing is going to be a meat hook, and that's exactly what it is. I tried my best with my type of throw to really get on it, unless I did like a Happy Gilmore kind of throw. I don't think I would really be able to get on this disc. So yeah, it flew just like I wanted. What I thought it would from my backhand. I think I could use it as a versatile forehand disc, though. I think for that 200, 300 foot range, then that would be a good shot to have in the bag, especially knowing it's basically always going to come back. Like, I might even think of it as like a sky tomahawk kind of shot, where just you throw up and she comes back down.
We didn't show you because the camera didn't pick it up very well, but I did throw the tomahawk a couple times and really liked it. The footage didn't film well, but I like throwing overstable discs for my tomahawks. I throw my same flip grip over the top, flips over nice. I know what it's going to do. So it's a good disc for that as well. But yeah, it flew exactly like I expected. It's a beefy, meaty, overstable disc. Flies just like a defender, just like a boss, which is what they're going for. He's a boss. So this disc is a great situation. That disc is, if you got a big monster rig, you got killer. I'm probably going to add one of these to my bag when I go play GBO in a couple months. When fighting, if you need big hyzers, you need something you know is going to come back left or right if you're a left-handed player.
Yeah.
It's going to be great for that. What kind of players are really going to make good use of this disc?
I think there's guys out there, girls out there, that they do throw the tomahawks. They do throw mainly forehand. They're like, I need the most stable thing you got, dude. I'm like, all right, there it is. You know, you got your Prodigy H1s. You got, before the Gladiator, you had your Enforcers and stuff. So now these guys have another disc to really get on.
Which I expect to see Ricky throwing this instead of his Enforcer real soon.
Real soon?
I bet he's beating a couple of these in.
Okay.
So I bet by Pro World, Ricky's throwing these and not Enforcers. All right, so just wrapping up here. Well, we need to pick somebody who gave us a good Gladiator movie. So while we finish, why don't you find us a good Gladiator movie? Not Gladiator itself. Give us a different, more obscure Gladiator movie for someone to win this rock three. So Steve, is this disc going to make your bag?
All right, right now I've got a Firebird, which is what I'm going to throw in a spike situation where I have to get distance, but I need it to finish strong. I might put this in my bag for that, but at the moment I'm going to say no. This bag, this disc is not going to be. I'm actually going for. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's not going to make the bag.
It's in my bag. This is it's identical for my Defender, and I've noticed zero difference. It feels the same in the hand. It's great. So I add this to my Defender, or have this as a backup to my Defender, or again, I can interchange those really quickly. So the Gladiator's not going to be in my bag right now, so I have a disc that does what it does. If you don't have either, this is a great disc for that. I like it a lot. I love the optoplastic. It's great if this comes out